Today, I will be building 6 characters. So as you might know, there is a brand new version of the Imaginarium theater that just came out, a new difficulty, and it is called the lunar mode, I believe. And basically that mode, you need like an unfathomable amount of characters. It is unfathomable to me because obviously I don't have enough characters to do it. Let's go to the Imaginarium theater to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so I really want to do that brand new mode, but you need like 28 characters, I believe, and I only have, let's see here. Alright, so going into the performance prep, yeah, so for the lunar mode, you need 28 to 32 characters, and I have 24 selectable characters here. And I know that I said I'm gonna be building 6 characters, so I have to build 4 more to reach the 28 threshold. And then I want to kind of rebuild my Beto because she's not like on anything actually good right now. I think I just like threw on some random stuff onto her, so I need to kind of rebuild her so she counts as one. And then my traveler, he is currently, I believe, on the pyro traveler build, a really loose build that is, because I don't really use a pyro traveler, but obviously there is no pyro element in this season of the theater, so I'm gonna have to rebuild my traveler to fit either hydro, electro, or geo. So with that plus my 4 characters, that comes out to 6 characters. So let me do a quick rundown of what characters that I want built. So we'll just do the filter here to filter for geo, hydro, and electro. As you can see, these are all of my eligible characters, and down here are the ones that we can choose from because the characters need to be level 70 in order to be eligible to fight in the theater. Here's my plan. I said I wanted to build 4 new characters, so I'm gonna build Kachina and Barbara for sure because they're already level 50, so I don't need to dedicate too many new resources to them in terms of boss drops and materials. And then for my next 2, I know this might be kind of controversial or an unpopular opinion, but I'm gonna build Dory. I'm actually just kind of curious like as to what she does and if she can be like semi-useful or not, because she is a support character, she's a healer, so I'm curious. I know not a lot of people really like Dory that much. Honestly, after seeing her in the nod-krai Archon quest, I kind of came to like her more. I had like no opinion on her really, like she wasn't a character that I loved, nor did I necessarily hate her or anything, but like I said, just no opinion. But after the Archon quest and just kind of how unhinged she is in the story, I don't know, I just kind of came to like her. I'm gonna build Dory as my 3rd character, and then for my last character, I'm thinking of perhaps building Candace. She is a pretty decent support, especially at C6, which I do have, and I do really like her design and her character overall. So we're gonna build those 4 characters. And the reason I'm building the 4 stars rather than the 5 stars like Kaching and Mona is just because I think that the 4 stars take up less resources. I'm not 100% sure if that also applies to like the character ascension stuff like the XP books, but either way I am just gonna stick to the 4 stars for now. And Kujo Sara, she is one of my must build characters as well because I recently got her C6. However, because I really love Sara just like as a character and as a whole, I don't want to give her a lazy build in this video because I am planning on saving as many resources as possible with these characters that I'm going to be building. So just a heads up, their builds are not going to be amazing, but just good enough to kind of get me through the theater. And you might be wondering, why am I so hell-bent on doing that lunar mode? Well, it's because we have this new lunar arcana collection. So basically, I believe when you beat the lunar mode in Imaginarium, you can collect these little trading cards, which is basically what it is. And also this animation is like super cool. It kind of reminds me of the core flame stuff in HSR actually, now that I think about it. But anyway, each one of these is a unique trading card, and unfortunately they don't show you what they look like here, so they are kind of a mystery. Of course you can look them up online. I'm gonna look them up right now and I'm gonna show you guys. So if you don't want to see what the cards look like, you don't want to get spoiled or anything, just skip ahead to the timestamp that I will leave here on the screen. Otherwise, if you want to look through the cards with me, just keep on watching. All right, so here I am in the Genshin Impact wiki page. As you can see, there are 22 total lunar arcana. That is a lot more than I was expecting, actually. So that means if you only get one per season, which is what I'm assuming, you need to beat this 22 times, which is like 22 entire months. Seems like an extremely long time, especially if you're not able to do the lunar mode in every single season. But anyway, I'm gonna just open up the close-up here. So they are all numbered. So starting with Lunar Arcanum number 1 is the Magician. So we can see like the IT table here, the Imaginarium Theater table. And then number 2, this is the High Priestess. It's kind of giving Nefer with the cat there. And then we have number 3, the Empress. This one is kind of giving like lauma in a way because of all of the animals, but at the same time, this woman here, this character here kind of looks like Istaroth with the hood. If you guys know more about the lore, let me know in the comments. And then we've got number 4 here, the Emperor. This one is obviously the Tsaritsa, right? I don't know, maybe not obvious. Number 5, we've got the Hierophant, and then we've got the Lovers here. Then we've got number 7, the Chariot. It's kind of giving like the Millilith with a chasm in the background. Next, we've got Strength. This is clearly Natlan with all the Saurians flying in the sky. Next up is number 9, the Hermit. I can see some Sumerian motifs here, kind of giving academia. Next, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. This one is actually giving Istaroth with the whole like time and clock motifs, and it's actually interesting that it's called the Wheel of Fortune, but it's showing us like wheels of time. I don't know. Next up, we've got Justice, and I really like this one, and I hope I can get this one because it is Focalor here, and obviously I love Furina. Next up, we've got the Hanged Man, which is really cool actually. This is like the upside down statue thing in the chasm or whatever. Yeah, kind of spooky. Next, number 13 is Death. This one is so cool. This might be my number 1 that I want to get. It's obviously Renova, but it's also giving hints of Arlecchino and her motifs as well. This one is so cool. I would love to get this one. Next one, we've got Temperance. I think it's like the Sumeru Desert, right? Because I see these pharaoh statue things over here. Next up, we've got number 15, the Devil, and then we've got number 16, the Tower. I believe this is like the Mondstadt, like the Storm Terror Tower, right? Number 17, the Star. This one's so pretty. It's like Mona. I love all the little star details here as well. Number 18, the Moon. This one you can see like that cracked sky, the false sky there here in the moon area. And I apologize, I can't speak too much on the actual detailed lore. I'm sure there are lore theory crafters that are much better at this than I am, but I just wanted to kind of rapid fire through them as much as I can. So here we've got the Sun. It is giving Natlan because we see the Saurian here, but the colors are kind of giving Nahida. This one is really cute. It's kind of fitting with my garden vibes for sure. And then next, number 20, we've got Judgment. Obviously, this is Inazuma. Number 21, the World. This one looks so cool, actually. I'd love to get this one as well. It's like, I'm blanking right now, but the tree from Sumeru, I'm like totally blanking. But anyway, number 22 is the Fool, which is interesting that it's called the Fool, but then we see like the twin stars, you know, and we have the Intivat flowers down here as well. So quite interesting. I'm sure there's a lot of like hidden lore with these Lunar Arcana cards and their titles and their imagery. If anyone has any interesting fun facts, feel free to leave it in the comments, and also let me know which card is your favorite as well and which ones you guys are wanting to get. All right, so anyway, those are the cards that you can expect if you do the lunar mode in Imaginarium Theater. And just as like another disclaimer, the cards, they're not that important. Like, they don't do anything to you or your account. It's truly just for collection purposes. So if you're not able to do the lunar mode, like literally don't worry about it, because it's not a character or anything. And then if you can't collect the ones that you want, you can actually also trade cards with your friends, which I'm not really sure how that works, but I think that's a really neat aspect as well. Okay, so with all of that yapping out of the way, we're gonna get started with building all of our characters. So let's start with Kachina and Barbara first, since they're already level 50 and they're actually already ascended to level 60, which I just noticed now. Let's start with Miss Barbara here, one of our OGs. Unfortunately, I do not have her skin, which is a bit of a shame. Okay, so for Miss Barbara, she is on the prototype Amber already, which honestly I might just leave it at that. I don't really know if, I mean, I guess I could give her Fav Codex. That might actually be more useful for the team overall. Oh no. Oh no, I can't, because actually Charlotte holds the Fav Codex on my account and she is one of the special guest stars of the theater. Okay, so Charlotte can take this one, and then Barbara, I guess I'll just leave her on the prototype Amber. I don't know if I'm gonna level it up honestly, because I don't really want to spend too many weapon enhancement ores. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. And then her artifacts, I mean, I guess I like kind of gave her something. Obviously the Gladiator's finale isn't gonna do anything for her with the attack percentage. Based on the recommendations, it is showing me Maiden Beloved as well as Ocean Hued Clam. And then I do think that there's that Song of Days Past from Fontaine. So I'll just try to go for whichever one kind of has the best options for me. I don't think I have very many, if at all, of the Ocean Hued Clam. I have 0, so unfortunately I can't do that one. I'm just gonna go for a typical healer build. So that is gonna be like HP and ER, I'm assuming. Okay, I might try to aim for the Song of Days Past rather than Maiden Beloved, just because the Maiden Beloved will only increase the healing received, whereas Song of Days Past kind of has a chance to give your party some damage bonuses. I don't know how good Barbara is gonna be at like proccing these damage bonuses, but whatever, we'll see. I mean, this one is pretty good. It's like double crit with ER here. As long as it hits HP or ER, that would be best. I guess crit rate is not bad if I want to do like Favonius. And then we'll go with this healing bonus from the Song of Days Past. It has ER and HP. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna be really like relying on Barbara that much for some insane healing or anything. I feel like I'll be able to get through it without too much healing. All right, so we have her 4-piece Song of Days Past. She is C6. Her talents are like semi-leveled, I guess, from the early game. I'll kind of leave these towards the end to see how much of those I really do want to level. Let's just level her up here to level 60, and then let's go on over to the Oceanid. My god, this is one of my least favorite bosses just because of how long it takes to fight. You have to wait for her to like yap and then summon all of the creatures. We will change up our team here. I guess we can just kind of do like a hyper bloom thing with Lauma and Inefa, and I guess I'll just, I don't know, I'll put in Vressa just for fun. Maybe instead of Chaska, I'll just put in Arlecchino for fun. Great team, great team. We just go all the way across using Arlecchino's wings. Here we go. I don't know if that'll work. That didn't, oh, it did work. Okay. Okay, so she does get her Bond of Life. Not that it matters, because you have to just defeat the little guys here. So pretty easy, but just so time consuming. And of course we do have to wait for all of these platforms and stuff. Oh, they already died. Low-key one of the worst bosses besides the hypostases, because those are also super time consuming with all of their mechanics. The power of water is its ability to take any shape. Okay, first boss finally done. So I am gonna need 8 of these in total for her to get to level 70. So we'll do this 2 more times. I don't know how much fragile resin I might have to spend today. Hopefully not too much. I'll try not to spend too much fragile resin on like artifacts or weapon stuff, but obviously I'm gonna need the character enhancements, or like the character bosses, I mean. I feel like I'm gonna be here forever. I am so bored right now. Oh my god, I died. I literally wasn't paying attention because I'm so bored of this boss. Oh my goodness. So sorry, arlecchino. Finally, finally. No more. So we finally got the last bits of the cleansing heart here. Okay, I just need to craft the chunks and then we're gonna have to find these Philanimo mushrooms. I'm not a big fan of collecting these. In order to aid our exploration here, let's change up our team again. Bring Barbara onto the team and then I'm gonna put Mika, because I believe he's the one who marks the items on the map. And then we'll put in Shalonen and Chaska for their abilities.
The breeze is restless.
And the other local specialty character is Klee, who I do not have. I don't know if it's easier to find them in Mondstadt or like another, like the city I mean, or like another area in Mondstadt. I'm not entirely sure. I'm already, oh, it's way up there. What the? How are you supposed to get these as like an early game? Oh my god, my stamina. I'm like low-key not gonna be able to get this. There we go. Sorry, Barbara. And then we'll move on over to... I see some sparkles up there. And then I think I saw some up here as well. Yeah. I see one here. And one here. Okay. This house, I see the sparkle. 2 right here. And I needed like 30 of them. I think it's this building. But on this side, yeah. So I guess this is where Shalonen might come in handy. Perfect. This is a terrible experience. Oh, okay. 1 up there, and right here. Let me see how many I have so far. I have 17. Alright, so this area is done. Okay, somewhere here. There it is. All of that just to get 1. Oh, there it is. I do not recommend this to anyone. For all you 1.0 Barbara builders, I commend you. Alright, I see 2 of them, so let me go here first, and then we'll grab this guy. Let's jump across and grab this guy. I see one way over there. No, I'm telling you, Shalonen and Chaska, literally the best exploration duo. Okay, I went a little bit over, but that should be enough to level her up to 70. So let me just go back to the crafting table here. We will build those chunks. So I just needed 3 of these. I cannot believe it. I am building Barbara. Very exciting. So we'll just level her up to 70. Okay, well, that's my Barbara build for now. Her max HP is 23k, which I don't think is that much for like a HP scaling character, but I did not really level up her artifacts very much. I'm gonna come back to this later to see if I can dedicate any more of my artifact resources to her, but we'll just hold Barbara there and then we will move on to the next character, who is Kachina. I really like Kachina actually, and because she can hold the Cinder City artifact set, which she already does have, kind of. Because she can hold this set, she is like a fairly decent team buffer. So anyway, she already has this weapon on her. I don't really want to level this. I feel like it's not like necessarily the best weapon for her. I feel like a Favonius lance is like low-key gonna be more useful for her. I'm not sure if I should level up another one, since I do need to use Eonsan's Favonius lance on Eonsan in the Imaginarium Theater. However, I do believe that Favonius is just gonna be the best one overall for Kachina rather than this defense one, because I'm not building her for damage or anything. So I guess I have to just build another one. Look at how many Favonius lances I have. I swear, I wish I could change some of these to Favonius swords. Let's enhance this and then refine this to R5. Great. And I'm gonna level it up however much I can here. And I do already have some of these drops, which is good because then I don't have to farm the domain too many times, I'm hoping. I mean, I don't think Kachina is in like huge ER needs anyway, so why don't I just get it to level 60? And let's just go over to her boss first before I work on her artifacts. So she requires the Yumkasor. Love it. And of course, we've got to switch up our team again. In this team, I'll do like Mavwika, Chiori, Bennett, and Navia. Especially for stuff like just kind of overworld bosses or overworld exploration. You definitely don't need any meta teams. I don't really worry about it too much when I'm doing this stuff here. Probably should have used Navia's burst first. And then we'll do a Mavwika burst. And there we go. Much faster than the Oceanid. I needed 8 of these as well, so I already have 5. So let's just do one more. I forgot to do Navia's burst again. That's okay. Okay, and I am out of original resin, but that was the last boss drop I needed. So we'll go on over to Kachina's regional specialties, which are the Quinepa berries. I think these are so cute. I really like how these berries look. Are there any like Genshin sort of fictional foods that you guys want to try? I should probably have Kachina on the team here to let me know where these are. Oh, I only need 2 more. Should be somewhere here. Here they are. And lastly, she just needs 3 of the geo chunks. So we'll go over to the crafting table in Natlan. Gotta stay true to each character's homeland here. Oh, Yonson like totally jump scared me there. Why did she just like spawn? We'll level her up and ascend and then level her up again. It's kind of paining me to use all these books on these characters who, you know, I'm not able to really focus on their builds that well. So of course we're gonna keep her on the Cinder City artifact set. I do have a couple of leveled ones here, so we'll just give these to her. She does want defense, so I mean this one doesn't have defense, but it's fine. And then, or actually I can maybe give her the one that my traveler is holding, since my traveler is gonna have to hold on to something else because he's not gonna be Pyro Traveler. So yeah, I guess that's a good idea. I'll give my Pyro Traveler ones to Kachina. Even if the stats aren't like exactly the same, like this is a crit damage. She needs crit rate though for the Favonius, right? I don't have a crit rate. Let's see what I can give her here. I don't want to give her attack. That seems like rude. Oh wait, I have a defense sand. It's probably like a leftover from Shalonin, so I'll give her that one. I don't have an extra crit rate circlet for Kachina, but I feel like that's really necessary. I'm so sorry, Kachina, but I'm gonna just give you this attack goblet, even though I know that's not your stat, but I need to do that so that way I can give you an off-piece circlet with crit rate. And I can't give these ones up from Raiden or Roran or Shilonen because they are also in the Imaginarium Theater. I have a lot of options here, so let me just find one that maybe has some defense on it. Like this one has 5% defense. I'm sure I have a worse one. I don't know. I'll just give that one to her. And she is C6 as well. I don't know too much about her constellations actually, so let me just take a look here. Let me see what her C6 does. It says when your active character's shield is replaced or destroyed for any reason, Kuchino will deal 200% of her defense as a AoE geo damage. Okay, so not great. Her C4 is when there are however many opponents within the field of her burst. I don't know if that's her burst or her skill, but the active character gets increased defense. Yeah, so she's not really great for any of my main DPSs, I guess, because I don't really have a defense scaling on fielder other than like Ito, I guess, when I use him as a trial character. And her talents are also unleveled. So now that our Barbara and our Kachina are semi-built to level 70, we're gonna go on over to Miss Dory. Yes, I am pretty excited about this one just because I've never used Dory and I'm just kind of curious. So let's see what weapon will be best on Dory. I'm just looking at the Genshin Helper Team character build spreadsheet, which I will link in the description in case you guys do want to refer to it for your character build as well. I use the Helper Team spreadsheet as well as the Kaching Mains website for most of my character builds, and it's telling me here that she does want the Favonius Greatsword. I do have a Favonius Greatsword R5, but it's only level 20, and I do have a Sacrificial Greatsword at level 70. I wonder if I can enhance this. Oh, I definitely can. So let's get this to R5, and then maybe we'll just use this one instead of the Favonius. I feel like it'll be fine because with the double skills you can get more ER anyway. The ER requirements aren't as needy as in like the Stygian Onslaught, so hopefully it won't be too bad without the Favonius. And then she is only level 20 and we need the Electro Regisfine drops, which I already do have a couple here, so I guess I can ascend her a little bit. Oh my god, my books. I know I have a lot of those red XP books. It's still hurting me. I need to save up some more for Nefer in the next patch, and we're gonna need to fight the Regisfine 2 more times. So let's teleport over here to Sumeru, I believe. Since we're in Sumeru, I'm assuming we're gonna need some Dendro characters, and I mean it is Electro after all. So again, we'll bring in Lauma. I guess we'll bring in Nilu, maybe Nahida, and I was gonna say Kuki Shinobu, but it's literally the Electro Regisfine. And who else should I bring? I am going to put in Skirk just for fun.
Anything I can help you with?
I'm telling you, like, I don't really care about the types of teams that I really use on the overworld stuff. I mean, it's not really that random for... Oops, I did Lauma's skill first before her burst, but it's not really that random for like the Lauma and the Nilu Bloom stuff, but it is a little bit random for Miss Skirk. That's okay. I don't even know if this is helping. Like, maybe I need to... Do I need to attack that with a bow? Because that's like really high up. Oh, there we go. I think Skirk can do some damage here. Okay, there we go. Wonderful team. And then I have this transient resin from the Serenity pot, so I will use that one first. And hey, we got a double crit gladiator feather, so let me lock that one.
Make yourselves at home. With all my strength.
And that is our last one, but I do need to collect the Calpalata Lotus. And of course, we do need to adjust our team again. I will add in Sethos as the item marker. And you know, I was actually low-key considering using Sethos too as one of my character builds, but I just felt like with Sethos being like a DPS, he would just require more investment than I was willing to give for today, so that's why I decided not to. However, I am interested in checking him out another time because I know there are some like diehard Sethos mains out there. Is it these ones? Oh, it is these ones. Okay, let me put Nahida on the team. I did not realize it. We'll do Nahida. That way she can just kind of scan them across like this. And I forgot how many more I needed, actually. This is my problem. I always go like back and forth from the menus and stuff. I need 20 more. Obviously, I can just do the training guide, but laziness overtakes me. We will grab all of these. That was 4. And then 5. 6, 7. Oh, wait. And, oh no. Oh no. I'm falling. Can Nahida grab that? Nice. Let's move on in this direction. God, I really hate collecting these. These have to be like one of the worst ones. Especially if you don't have Nahida. These are really terrible. There are 3 right here. Alright, that should be good. Ascending her to level 70. And then her artifact set, Noblesse, seems to be one of her top options, or a 2-piece tenacity 2-piece emblem. But she is like ER and HP focused. I don't have a lot of options for Noblesse, honestly, so I might just stick with the 2-piece. I know that Noblesse is definitely going to be the most useful for my teams because of that attack bonus, but let me see what options I have for tenacity and emblem. If I can just get by without leveling anything new for these, I might just have to stick with this one. Like this 19% HP with the ER substat is like pretty good for Dory. Same with this one. I guess I had already put something on her for some reason. Let me see if I have a ER for tenacity. I do have these 2 options actually, so maybe I'll go with this one with the crit rate and the HP. I am gonna level this to 16 just because I'm sure the ER will be helpful. Healing bonus, I can give her, I guess, this one then. So with that, I do have the 2-piece fulfilled. So let's level up this feather. I mean, this is a really good feather for support. And I am running out of materials, and we got 2 defense rolls. I'll just leave it there. I mean, I'm fine if she doesn't heal like an absurd amount anyway. She is C6, and then I do want to kind of go over Dory's talents actually, because I don't really know what they do, to be quite honest. For her skill, directs a spirit warding lamp to fire off a shot at opponents dealing electro damage. So the skill itself will just deal 1 instance of electro damage, and then after that it will create 2 rounds that will automatically track nearby opponents and deal some more electro damage. So like 3 instances of electro damage, I'm thinking. And then we've got her burst, and this one will summon forth the genie within the lamp. The genie will connect to a nearby character, and the connected character will restore HP based on Dory's max HP, continuously regenerate energy, which is quite interesting. I wonder how much energy is being regenerated. And then they will also be affected by electro. Your character will be, I mean. And when the connector between the genie and the character touches opponents, it will deal 1 instance of electro damage to them every 0.4 seconds. So healing, energy regeneration, as well as some more electro application. So that's pretty interesting. When her skill attacks hit opponents, Dory will restore 5 elemental energy for every 100% ER possessed. Okay, so basically you kind of want to give her like 200 ER. That way you don't waste that extra 5 elemental energy particles, I'm assuming. So let me see. Oh my god, she's at 199 ER. Are you kidding me? I literally said I wanted her to be at 200 ER and she's at 199.3. Let me enhance perhaps a sacrificial greatsword. I just need to go to the crafting table. Craft some of these. I'm gonna need more of these. Alright. Here, I'm just gonna level it up enough to get to 75 just for that ER jump. That's more than 1%. There we go. 200 ER. So she will get the extra 5 particles from her passive. So she should be getting like 10 ER particles. And what was it from? It was basically every time her skill hits. I don't know. Could be useful. Could be useful. So that's our Dory's build. And then lastly, no, I am really like rapid firing through these builds, honestly. Lastly, let's work on Candace. Candace is also in need of like everything since she's only level 20. I don't really know. Is she also a Favonius Lance user? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I can't build a third one. Guys, Candace is also a Favonius Lance user. Her second option I'm seeing is Engulfing Lightning, which is crazy. Like Raiden's signature weapon. But obviously I can't give that to her since Raiden needs it for the Imaginarium. I can maybe give her the catch. Since Xiangling I won't be using. This is just to give her ER. Obviously the passive isn't really going to be super useful since I'm not using Candace as a damage dealer, but I don't want to build another Favonius Lance. That feels like a bit much for today. I'm just going to give her the catch for now. And then her artifacts, I am just holding these for Furina. These are my Golden Troop artifacts that I have on my Furina build, but I usually use Furina on Marushosei for her C6 DPS stuff, so I just leave them on Candace. So I'm gonna need to transfer these over to someone else so I don't lose like what they are. So who should I give those to? Maybe I'll give them to Fremine since he's a Fontanian and I also don't have him built just yet. Although I do want to build Fremine. I'm interested in building all of the House of the Hearth characters. So we'll see when I get around to that. So let me just steal Candace's artifacts here. There we go. And then going back to Candace. Let's see what she wants. She wants... Oh, she also wants a 2-piece tenacity, 2-piece emblem, just like Dory. But I guess a 4-piece emblem could potentially work. Although I don't really need like the damage bonus from the 4-piece. But we'll see, we'll see. We will work on this first. It is the semi-intransient matrices. What is that? Oh, that's the Dorito boss. Switch up the team again. I do want to keep a Dendro in the team just for hyper blooms. I'll do Lauma, Yaimiko. I'll do a Roron, and then I'll do Chlorand. Triple Electro with Lauma.
Right now. Emerge. Right now.
Not too far now. Go! You're free now!
Into the shadows.
And I'm not sure if Chlorand is holding the right weapon. Oh, she is not. She's holding Skyward Blade. And I usually share the Absolution with Chiori, but I can't change it right now because I'm in the middle of combat.
One heart.
That's okay.
Emerge. Right here. I'm always watching. Right now. Emerge.
Farewell! Time to say hello.
Oh my god, my Chlorand's damage with that level 1 weapon. Kind of abysmal.
By the frost moon of old. Forest, protect us. Right now. Emerge.
Free! Tell me what you see.
So, let me change up Chlorand's weapon first, actually.
Right now. Emerge. Leave this place.
Time to say hello.
Into the shadows. Hunt them down.
Alright, that was much faster with Chlorand back on her build. We are going to need to use some more fragile resin.
Farewell! Tell me what you see.
Loaded.
Okay, moment of truth. Am I going to get 4 drops? No, I only got 3, so I have to fight the boss one more time to get that last drop. I really feel like having 4 boss drops guaranteed is gonna just make building so much easier because the required boss material numbers for all the characters they're like even numbers, you know? They're like multiples of 4. So why don't they just increase it for us? And there's our final boss drops. Next, I guess we can go and collect her henna berries. We do need quite a few more. Hopefully I'll still be able to collect enough in my own world. I've got a number of exploration characters here on the team who can really help me get across the desert.
Let's fly.
Fellow,
Look out below.
you are not welcome here.
Breath of the sky.
How regret.
Just a quick treasure break here.
The rewards of an adventure worth remembering.
Full throttle.
These are pretty tough to collect because there's so few of them and they're so far apart.
Running late again.
And there are like no teleport waypoints in the desert, so I just seriously have to sprint my way like this. All of that traveling just to get 3 berries. I'm surprised we don't get hurt from climbing the cacti. Seems painful. I feel very thankful to have Varessa, Mavuika, and Chaska here on my team. They're making this way easier than it would have been if I had to manually sprint across these maps. And hey, I see a chest over there. Might as well just grab this while I see it. Very nice.
Shiny. It's so pretty.
And wait, there is a oculi here. Oh, it's right up there. I did not notice it earlier. The thing about exploring in Sumeria is you need to unlock so many things like via quests and stuff, so that's why like I don't really mind ignoring sometimes the chests and oculi that I come across because I'm like, I probably haven't done the world quest for this, so probably can't even unlock it. But if they're out in the open like that, then I will be taking them, of course. Hey, is that a viewpoint right there? Well, at least it seems plentiful across the desert. I just have to travel far and wide, and I only need 2 more. And there's our last one, right there. Nice. We got 60 of the henna berries, and I am glitching on this cactus. Okay. Candace, is that all you need? She just needs some of these hydro things crafted. So we have that, and then let's look at the tenacity and the emblem. I am gonna have to level up some more, unfortunately. I do want to take a look at her talent because I don't really know Candace's kit that well either. Her skill, the tap, rush forward with her shield, dealing hydro damage, and if you hold the shield, she can absorb damage based on her max HP. And then her burst is the important part, it seems. AoE hydro damage based on max HP, and then you'll get the Prayer of the Crimson Crown on the active character, and with this effect, characters deal increased elemental damage with their normal normal attacks. When a character takes the field, they will unleash a wave of water that deals hydro damage. And lastly, sword, claymore, and pole arm wielding characters will obtain a hydro infusion. So her max HP is important because it will give you that extra elemental damage bonus on your normal attacks. So for her artifacts, we'll just deal with the emblem and the tenacity, I believe, just to make things a little easier. We do want to have as much HP as possible for Candace. I'm thinking maybe I might switch Dory and Candace's items just to give Candace like extra HP. I feel like she'll make use of the HP better than Dory, since Dory is just kind of like healing, whereas Candace is actually a buffer. Although, hold on, actually I didn't read Dory's constellations very closely, and with Dory C6, after using her burst, she gains electro infusion, and when normal attacks hit opponents, all nearby party members will heal HP equivalent to 4% of Dory's max HP. Interesting. So this is like low-key kind of like giving Furina C6 normal attacks that heal your party. That's kind of funny. I think rather than healing, the damage bonus from Candace's kit might potentially be a little bit more useful, so I do want to give more of that HP to Candace if I can. So I do have this HP sand for the tenacity here, which is useful, and then we'll do another HP. So I'm gonna have to do tenacity HP circlet. We'll do the off piece for the goblet. And I ran out of consumables, unfortunately, so I'm gonna have to dip into my like 5 stars here. Alright, these were probably the worst rolls possible because we got 0 ER. I have this pretty good HP goblet from Golden Troop. So with that, she has the 2-piece emblem and 2-piece tenacity, and her talents also aren't leveled. I'm not sure if it really matters for Candace because I don't really care about her damage, and then the damage bonus seems to scale off of her max HP rather than like the actual burst. So I'll just leave her talents unleveled, perhaps. So with that, my Candace has 28,000 max HP and 211 ER. So not too bad, I would say. I don't really know what her HP threshold is supposed to look like. I'd say my Candace build is just mediocre at best, if I had to guess. I didn't really take a close look at Dory earlier, but she has 23,000 max HP, which is, I'd say, is pretty low for a HP scaling character, and her ER did get lower after I switched over that artifact, so I'm gonna have to find another one. Maybe this one with a 13 ER. Yeah, okay, I think that's good. She has a sacrificial greatsword, so she doesn't really need crit rate or anything. And then as for her talents, okay, so her burst kind of does require some leveling because it will increase that energy regeneration for the character connected to the genie, as well as the healing. So maybe I will level this up just a couple of times. I'll get it to level 8. I think that should be more than enough. So that's her Dory. And then let me just double check Barbara's final build as well. 23k max HP, also not that great for an HP character. Her ER is also really low. I kind of ran out of artifact juice, so I can't even level these up. I don't think I'll really level up her talents very much right now. The extra healing from the levels here might kind of help with the Song of Days Past artifact set bonus, but I'm not going to worry about it too much for now. Lastly, we've got our Kachina here. She has 1,100 defense, which is pretty low, I would say, and she has 161 ER, but she does have 62 crit rate, which is important for the Favonius lance that she is holding. I'm not gonna bother leveling up her talents, and then we did go over her talents earlier, which were not that useful. Okay, so we finished building the main 4 characters that I wanted to level up, so I can't believe I did that. And then lastly, I did want to kind of recheck my Beidou build just so that she has something. I'm gonna give her Chongyun's weapon for now, or actually I guess I can give her Mavuika's weapon for now, actually, just for the Imaginarium Theater, obviously, since Mavuika isn't gonna be included there. And then her artifacts, is she an emblem user? Yeah, she is an emblem user, so let's just check if there's any minor improvements that can be made. I do want to make sure I get a lot of ER. Beidou is gonna need anywhere from like 140 to 200% ER, as long as she has another Electro character on the team who can help her with her ER requirements. requirements. So let's just see what we can whip up here that have some ER substats. I guess the attack sand and the ER sands are pretty equal in terms of player usage. Do I have an ER sand? I don't have a lot of ER sands. Actually, I don't have any. I only have this attack sand for now. Let me just hold on to this for a moment. The goblet, we are going to want to use an electro damage, and I have two very mediocre options here. We'll see about which one of these are better. We are going to want the crit circlet as well, which I have an off piece for. So I don't know. With that, she has a 61 to 130 crit ratio, which is like whatever, and then her ER at 143 is still kind of low. I would want to give her an ER sand. Let me see if I have some unused options for an off piece, and I kind of do. I guess this first one, but unfortunately I don't have any good crit rate circlets for the emblem set. I'm just gonna borrow this circlet from Jean. Her crit ratio is pretty sad, 51 to 103, but at least her ER is 200. There's our Beto build with 1,000 blazing suns, the 4-piece emblem. She is C6 and her talents are like medium leveled, so that's okay, not too bad. And lastly is our traveler. Our options for the traveler are either hydro, electro, or geo. I am thinking of maybe using him as a hydro. Even though hydro traveler is like absolute garbage, I just feel like maybe having that hydro resonance would maybe be more useful than the other two resonances, at least for my hydro damage dealers. Like at the very least, I can use him just for the resonance. So I'm gonna try that. We'll resonate here with the statue in Fontaine. And I did not even level up any of his constellations because like who even uses Hydro Traveler, right? I don't even know what these do. Movement speed of his bubbles. Sure. What is this? Max HP, absorb, whatever. And then he's gonna restore HP to a nearby party member when he picks up some droplets. Okay, I didn't even know he was a healer. For his weapon, I mean, I guess I can give him Favonius that I'll borrow from Layla because Layla won't be in the Imaginarium. And artifacts, I guess I could just kind of leave him on Cinder City. Even though he won't get like the full bonus from it, he'll get something, right? This feels like a total waste to be putting in some of my resources here towards the Hydro Traveler. Okay. And I mean, whatever, that's fine. I don't really care. So 16,000 max HP. He has 166 ER. His crit ratio is 31 to 149, which isn't really important. Okay, so with that, here are my brand new characters. How cute are they? I am ready to face Imaginarium Theater now. Okay, I don't know if I'm ready, but I have to do it now. So let's head on over to the table or the book and get started. I am a little scared. Okay, I'm gonna sit down. We gotta get the whole vibe going on. I'm a little scared, to be quite honest. I feel like even for visionary mode, I do struggle sometimes. Visionary mode literally takes me like an hour sometimes, so who knows how long lunar mode will take me. As for the stellas, or like the stars, I do want to try to get at least 9 because when I do visionary mode, I do try to aim for 10 stars in order to get all of these rewards. If I'm able to get 12 stars or 12 stellas, that would be incredible, but I don't want to overly stress myself out too much. Yeah, so we'll try that. And then is there a new debut performance gift? And yes, so there is a new gift for the 11th and 12th stage for the lunar mode. Now, I'm not entirely sure like what to expect with the lunar mode, so you're gonna find out alongside me. So for our trial characters, we do have these 4, and then I'm using Ito and Goro from the provided trials. So let's start choosing our characters here, and I already did go through all of my characters and adjust their weapons and make sure everyone has the right weapon, because some of them do share weapons. I did make a slight change though. So Charlotte, I did give her the Favonius Codex as I mentioned before. For Barbara, I ended up giving her the Thrilling Tales. I totally forgot that I had this since it's a 3-star weapon and it's like beneath the list of my 4-star options. I just kind of forgot. But instead of the prototype Amber, Barbara is holding the Thrilling Tales. And then Clorand is holding her signature, which I usually share Clorand's signature between her and Chiori, but since both of them are in the Imaginarium Theater, I ended up giving Chiori the Mist Splitter, which I usually have on Skirk. Anyway, so those are my weapon choices. Everyone else is either on their signature weapon or on whatever 4-star weapon that I use for them. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and select everyone here, and then we could also bring in a supporting cast, thankfully. So when I'm choosing a supporting character, I always do try to aim for characters that I don't personally own. That way I can oh, there's a Flynn's here, level 95 C6 Flynn's. I might choose him actually. I was thinking of choosing a C6 Nouvelette from my friends list, but C6 Flynn's sounds pretty fun. I don't really know what he does. But anyway, like I was saying, I do try to aim for a character that I don't have. That way I just get that one extra character rather than getting a stronger version of a character that I already own. I do think that that's a little bit more useful. So with that, here is the full cast list with our supporting cast member here, a C6 level 95 Flynn's, and the rest of my characters. I am pretty scared because a lot of these are only level 80 and 70. Obviously my level 90 characters are built fairly well, I would say, but who knows? We'll have to see if they're built well enough for this. So I'm gonna start with the companion. I usually do like to add new companions. This is kind of a tough choice. I might go for Charlotte. I don't know. All of these choices are aren't super useful, I think. So I'm gonna try to go for a couple of buffs actually here and there. Hopefully it will help. And the mystery cache. I'm usually a little scared to choose a mystery cache because sometimes it's like slightly negative. Selectable effects increase by 1. I'm just gonna go for the 1 extra choice here. I will go for the Oprichniki Fatui here. Now since we do have that Electro Geo buff, I'm gonna just go ahead and Goro, Ito, Yonsan, Varesa. I feel like this will be okay. Now I don't really know how to play Goro or Ito, so I'm just gonna do just a basic like skill and burst type of thing. I don't think Ito's gonna do very much damage here compared to like my Varesa, so I'll try to focus on... Oops, that was a total miss. I'll try to focus on my Varesa here.
Attaboy! Who wants some of this?
Controlled breathing. On my mark. Yeah. Heads up. Fire.
Okay. Thankfully, round 1 was pretty easy. I mean, I did have Eonsan and Varesa to carry me through that. And next, oh my gosh, let's add in Dory. I am really excited to try using Dory. And I am gonna get a buff. I will continue to get the buffs. Usually when I play, I'm a little hesitant to grab the buffs because I prefer to focus on the cast members. But this time, I will make sure to get the buffs. Okay, here... This one's a little bit tough. I might just go for Raiden simply because Varesa is kind of my only DPS on my current list. Alright, I'm gonna go for this battle here. It says that Geo characters have an advantage, so I will use my Goro and Ito team again. I really want to use Dory. So let me use Dory and like Charlotte. This might be a terrible idea and I might have to change this, but we'll give it a go.
Everyone on me!
Alright, here's our Dory, Charlotte, and then we will main DPS our Ito. Hey, he did like 76k, that's not bad. Okay, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of electro reactions here from Dory, which is pretty good, I would say. I'm a little bit scared. Time is running low here and these guys are slightly struggling for the star. Alright, no, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. I'm gonna restart this. I'm gonna go back to my Varesa team.
Quick as a flash. Let's move.
I am saving Goro and Ito's bursts for the Geo guys. Wow, that was way faster.
Everyone on me! Let's roll! Coming through!
Alright, and then we'll Eon-san this. Okay, that was much easier than earlier, but all 4 of these characters are now gone. Oh my god, these are terrible. I'm just gonna go with Dahlia. Maybe his shield could be useful, and I am definitely gonna need a new companion. Let me see what this boss is first. It says Geo characters have an advantage, plunging attacks have an advantage, and then of course I already used Vressa. Let's try to get a Geo companion here. If I can get Navia, I think that would be good. If I can get Navia. All right. We have Navia as our main DPS. I'll go for the free mystery cache here, and then it says, okay, I got a pretty good one. It says consume all the flowers and get 1 random cast member, and I only have 10 flowers, so I don't mind doing that. But I got Cookie Shinobu. Okay. We will try our first climactic showdown. So here's the situation. I'm going to put Navia, Dory, Dahlia, and Charlotte. This might be horrible, but we'll try. I don't know if Dory will provide enough reactions for Navia's crystallizes, but we shall see how this works. Energy wise, this is like pretty good. And also healing wise is pretty good. Oh no, I ran out of time. Okay, let's try again. I mean, the team was pretty fun. I will say that. I don't know how good it is, but we'll see. Okay guys, this is not working. I am so far from getting the star. I am gonna have to change my team. I think I might put Yelan on here instead of Charlotte, because then I do get that double hydro. Let's try that. Okay, this is going much faster. Okay, and nice. I think I got the star. Sweet. Yes, I did get the Stella, thankfully, with 10 seconds to spare. So hey, that was a pretty fun team, actually. These teams are not easy to choose. I am just gonna go with Shalonen. I'm not really sure. There's something new here. During the performance, after characters consume a certain amount of vigor, Arcana challenge events will appear. These events will remain available for the duration of the performance challenge, allowing you to wait until you're fully prepared before challenging them. Once you complete all Arcana challenge events, you can draw Lunar Arcana after completing Act 10. So that's how you get the cards. So let's take a look at this. Does this mean I get this card, or is it like completely random? I'm not sure. They are level 100. I'm not sure if I want to do that one just yet. So let's see what we can purchase here. Maybe I'll go with an electrocharge buff since I haven't gotten one of those yet. I will just try the regular battle for now. I feel like I want to get some better characters before attempting the Lunar Arcana battle. Man, these character choices are really not great. Raiden, I guess I'll use Dory again. Okay, we can try something like this. Dahlia's Hydro might help with some electrocharge there at the end. Oh my god, I'm getting stuck. These guys keep going so far from each other. Okay, I'm almost out of time. And so I think I should be fine. Nice. Okay, next up, I might have to add Flynn's. I think maybe I can do the lunar mode now that I have Flynn's and Ino. So let's try this actually. I am a little scared, but I do have a pretty crazy looking Flynn's here. I think this is the best team we can do for now. I don't really want to use my Yelan just yet.
Your journey ends here, Lord of Sand. Your sacrifice is ready. Observe. Close your eyes. Feel the dark.
Oh my god, this C6 Flynn's. It's pretty crazy.
Close your eyes. Night, close your eyes. Observe. Fear the dark. Fear the dark. Close your eyes.
Your coming was foretold.
Honestly, I'm thinking this mode is like pretty easy if you can just get like a C6 DPS supporting character from your friends list. Because then you could just use those characters on this mode. Okay, I'm gonna have to add Furina here just in case I'm gonna start needing some stronger characters. I'll refresh so that way I can get a new companion, and yes, I do need some more hydro. I will add Candace. I think I'm gonna go with this hydro one, and I could maybe do another raiden team for the AoE. So we'll do raiden, we'll do Shinobu, Shilonen, and Charlotte. I think that should be okay. I do feel bad using up my Shilonen already, but I feel like it might kind of be necessary. I do not like these enemies. They are spread apart so far. Alright, time-wise, I'm looking pretty... Oh, I ran past that enemy over there. Time-wise, I'm looking pretty good. I only need to defeat 2 more, so that should be pretty easy to do here. And there we go. Another pretty easy Stella, but we do have all 4 of these characters now gone from our list. Okay, for this one, I'm gonna choose Kachina since I do have Navia, and I don't want to use Nilu until I get Lauma. So for the climactic showdown, we do need Electro characters, so I will choose another Electro companion here. And here are our choices. Iai Miko, maybe. I'm trying to see what kind of team I can do. This is kind of a tough team. I might have to bust out the Furina for this one. I'm gonna buy the Electro Charge buff just because I'll probably use Furina and Miko on this one. I will also choose a random companion here. I think I could grab Xingqiu for now. Okay, maybe I can use Candace here. So I'll use Miko, Candace. Maybe I should have gotten a Hydro Traveler actually. Maybe Kachina and Furina, and I'll just kind of DPS my Furina.
Emerge. Right here. Emerge.
You! We shall prevail!
Right here. Right now. Right here. I'm always watching. Emerge. Right here.
Hear my prayer!
Here goes. Clear the area. The show begins.
Okay. And we have Furina here, although I don't think I got a lot of buffs on this one.
Right here.
I didn't have anyone else's bursts up either, but we're good. That was good. Okay, so far so good. I'll add Chiori, and I could use her with like Navia or something. I will invite another companion, or actually before I do that, let's check what this one is. This one is Electro characters have an advantage. Yeah, I mean, since it's Electro, I guess I could use the C6 Flynn's again. Huh, interesting. I'm gonna invite a companion even though it's expensive. Maybe now I will invite Lauma, just have her ready for my Nilu.
Do not be afraid.
Yeah, let's try this. Let's just do this one right away. Maybe I'll use up my Candace. I'll do Xingqiu, Aino, and Flynn's. I think that should be perfectly fine.
Be silent. Too dumb. Close your eyes. Observe. Fear the dark. Be silent. Night falls.
Yeah, this is so easy with this Flynn's. That was so easy. Next up, I am definitely gonna get Clorand, I think. Let's grab another companion. Perfect. I'm gonna grab Nilou so that way I can have Lauma there ready to be used. I feel like fighting these guys are gonna be kind of tough. I am gonna go for this one. Okay, we'll do a Lauma team here. Lauma, Nilou, Xingqiu, and Clorand. Oh shoot, I forgot to do her burst first. Whoops, my bad.
Know my sword. Witness the power of good.
You will witness. Shoot on sight into the shadows.
Alright, I am running a little low on time.
Ready.
Hopefully I can finish this up in 5 seconds. Okay, perfect, perfect. Here I will add in Barbara. We'll get another companion. Oh, nice. I got some flowers refunded. I will go with Auroron. Okay, it says Geo characters have an advantage, so that's good because I have Navia and Chiori. I will get this Electro Crystal. I'm going to use the Geo characters with my off-field Electros. And let's get started with the climactic showdown. Alright, so I'm going to start with Navia, Barbara here, and see what I can do with this team.
Farewell. Go. You're free now.
Feeling lucky?
Nice, Navia did a good 380 there,
I've got yours.
350k, and Barbara's skill cooldown is so long.
Not too far now. Farewell.
Fellow warfare, I guess.
Free. Go.
Shoot, I am running out of time. Oh no, oh no.
Hey there.
Oh my god, I did it. Yes, I did it with like literally 1 second to spare. That was a little stressful. I will choose Inefa perhaps. Alright, I'm already at Act 9. I'll purchase this buff. I definitely want to get another one of the Electrocharge ones. I'm going to use Inefa, use Barbara for healing. I'll use Chiori just for some extra damage, although I'm not going to use another Geo character, so we'll see. And then I'll do Clorand. This might be okay, it might be not okay, we shall see.
Hunt them down. Into the shadows.
Oh shoot, this is the one with the bounty. Whoops. I should have focused on that guy.
Defensive mode engaged. Ready, steady, go! Insulation chamber deployed.
Alright, I think I should be okay. I still have a lot of time left.
Delicate as silk.
Ready.
Right. Hey, I mean at this rate, I'm definitely going to be getting the 12 stars. I mean, I don't think I have very many companions left to grab. Not that I really need them. It says Hydra characters have an advantage, so I'll use Furina, Yelan, elemental effects have advantage, so I guess I could do like a Hyper Bloom type of team. Lauma, I'll do Nilou, Inefa, and Furina. Yeah, I mean, Furina's the one who's gonna be able to get that guy down from the sky. Maybe I should have gotten a bow character. Alright, here we go. And that's it. Well, that is it. Let's check out the credits. We've got our highest damage with Flynn's at 476k, Raiden Shogun with 22 opponents defeated, Navia having taken 31k damage, and we had a total of 26 characters appearing. I really love these illustrations, by the way, like the art style is so cute. And of course, here is the completed cast list. This was my very first time trying out the lunar mode, and thankfully I was able to get all the stars, which is pretty crazy. And now I can go draw my lunar arcanum. Oh, so I can choose. I see. I thought that it'd be completely random, but I guess it makes sense. You do get the one from the battles that you battled. Alright, then I might get the sun one. I do like this one. I shall choose the sun. And got an achievement from that. Wow, okay. So let me go and claim all the rewards that I got. Reward preview. So I do get just the challenge rewards. And that gives me a total of 1,000 primos. Pretty good. Almost 10 pulls. And then we've got our Stella rewards for getting 12 Stellas. And of course the debut performance for trying out the lunar mode the first time. Great, so from that I got just over a 10 pull, which is pretty awesome. Of course, I'm not going to be getting these 150 primos anymore since I've, completed them already. But going forward, if I'm able to do the lunar mode again, I will be able to get a easy 1,000 primos a month. So that's really good. That's, well, not easy. I will definitely not say easy, but hey, any primos are primos. I just want to listen to Lauma's dialogue really quickly.
What a wondrous room. It's like we've entered into a dream. This seems like the perfect place to let go of reality and immerse oneself in flights of fantasy. I believe this can be a form of spiritual nourishment. How lovely. Let me check out any of the new thespian tricks. And hey, this Chlorand one is pretty awesome. Xingqiu reading a book. Chi-Chi. What is she doing? It says it's called serious contemplation, but it looks like she's gonna punch somebody. And then Sucrose. Cool. I'm gonna get the Chlorand one and I'll get the Xingqiu one. I mean, I have a lot of medals, so I can get more, but we'll just do those for now. So with that, our very first lunar mode challenge is complete in the Imaginarium Theater. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and let me know if you guys are able to challenge the lunar mode. I know it requires so many characters. It's definitely not easy, and you certainly don't have to stress yourself out to try to do it if you can't. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.